Right friends, welcome back to Good Morning New India. We are going to deliberate on various issues for the past 2-3 days, that is Saturday, Sunday, and look at the first issue. The Prime Minister visited and addressed Indian origin Tamil community in Sri Lanka. You may have a doubt, what is the difference between Sri Lankan Tamils and Indian Tamils? Sri Lankan Tamils are Tamil ethnic group and they are native to Sri Lanka. And as per history, they have lived since at least around 2nd century BC. They are estimated to be around 22 lakhs in number, and northern part predominantly inhabited by Sri Lankan Tamils, and they constitute around 11% of Sri Lankan population. And if you look at Indian origin Tamils, they are Tamil people of Indian origin, and they were sent from southern districts of Tamil Nadu to Sri Lanka in 19th and 20th centuries to work in coffee, tea and rubber plantations, and they live in central highlands, and their population is around 8 lakh or 4% of Sri Lankan population. So there is a difference between Sri Lankan Tamils and Indian Tamils, please understand. And now the Prime Minister visited this Indian Tamils, or you can say Tamils of Indian origin, and they are mostly staying in the hilly regions, basically working in coffee, tea and rubber plantations. Right, look at the next one. Meeting of political parties on issues related to EVM VVPAT. Now two things are important. One is Election Commission stated that in future VVPATs will be used in the elections, and please don't forget, Cabinet sometime back gave approval for procurement of more than 16 lakh VVPAT machines, and at the same time the Election Commission also stated that there is 100% integrity as far as electronic voting machines are concerned, but the Election Commission stated only VVPATs are being introduced only to act as a second layer for cross verification. Right, please look into this picture. This is a VVPAT machine. Next one is Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana is creating silent revolution in achieving health security to provide affordable quality medicines for all. And here all of you should not forget about Pradhan Mantri Jan Aushadhi Yojana. This Pradhan Mantri Jan Aushadhi Yojana has been initiated by Department of Pharmaceuticals under the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. Here Central Pharma Public Sector Undertakings, or you can say Central Pharma PSUs, formed Bureau of Pharma PSUs of India, or BPPI, as part of their CSR agenda, and also in collaboration with the state governments implementing this scheme in a campaign mode. So that is the operation of Pradhan Mantri Jan Aushadhi Yojana. Before going ahead, look at the difference between generic drug as well as branded drug. I have shown you number of times. Next one is revision of base year of All India Wholesale Price Index. Here Wholesale Price Index base year is changed, and if you look at the important developments as far as WPI is concerned, now at present Consumer Price Index has got the base year of 2011-12. Wholesale Price Index is also brought to the same base year. That is one development. And second development is, in fact, items are updated in the basket. And one more point is, there is increase in the total number of items from 676 to 697. Some of the items are deleted, some of the items are added, and the new series is more representative with increase in a number of quotations. And one more important point is, the new series is compiled without including indirect taxes. Indirect taxes are not included in the new series. This is one very important development. This is basically to remove the impact of fiscal policy. If you look further here, this is inconsonant with international practice of moving conceptually closer to producer price index. So most important aspect is this indirect taxes are not taken into consideration in the wholesale price index. And another point is, it is conceptually moving closer to producer price index, right. Another important aspect is, a new WPI food index will be compiled to capture the rate of inflation in food items. Remaining things with regard to this wholesale price index revision, we will produce as a separate capsule, because this wholesale price index base year is revised. At the same time, IIP is also revised. So, keeping this in mind, you will have separate capsule on the changes made, because this is very important, right. Look into the next one. This is with regard to HUDCO's initial public offering. In fact, what is required is to know about HUDCO. HUDCO is a Housing and Urban Development Corporation, and it was established in 1970. The mission is to promote sustainable habitat development to enhance quality of life. Next one is historic low tariff of rupees 2.44 per unit discovered in Badla Phase 3 Solar Park. So, the solar park rates have came down to historic low. This is one important news item, and you may have a doubt, what are the reasons? The reasons are, first and the foremost is, there is international fall in the prices of modules, right. That is one reason. The second reason is, Rajasthan, the solar radiation levels are higher by around 7 to 8% in comparison to other places. Third important aspect is, because of strengthening of rupee, this imported solar panels became quite cost effective because of strengthening of rupee. The fourth important point is, because of the guarantee given by SECI, here Government of India covered solar power by SECI under the ambit of the tripartite agreement for payment. So, because of the central government's guarantee, as SECI is included in the tripartite agreement, because of these four reasons, the costs are coming down, right. So, this is about this. Then revision of base year of All India IIP to 2011-12, and here one important aspect is, the weightage for electricity is reduced, and at the same time manufacturing item groups are increased, and overall if you see here, electricity weightage is reduced but manufacturing weightage is increased, and almost mining slightly increased. So, here we are going to deliberate as a separate capsule, because this is very important. And if you go further, next item is with regard to the launch of pneumococcal conjugate vaccine or PCV in the immunization program. And as per the health minister, so far 12 diseases are covered in the universal immunization program, and this vaccine is for one type of pneumonia, and for another type of pneumonia already pentavalent vaccine is available, or it is included in the universal immunization program across the country. And this PCV, or you can say pneumococcal conjugate vaccine, this is introduced in Himachal Pradesh, and it will be extended gradually to other states, right. If you look further, Shri Rajnath Singh to inaugurate second meeting of National Platform on Disaster Risk Reduction. 2-3 things I would like to tell you. Sendai framework looks at disaster reduction. Then second point is, National Disaster Management Agency is headed by the Prime Minister, but the National Platform on Disaster Risk Reduction is headed by the Home Minister. So, these things do not forget. Centre cuts Udan levy on air tickets. Here from June 1, it will only charge a uniform levy of rupees 5,000 for flight on major routes, down from rupees 7,500 to rupees 8,500 planned earlier. So, the Udan levy on air tickets is reduced, and do not forget, government is giving viability gap funding on Udan tickets, for connecting unserved and underserved airports of the country. For that, on some select domestic routes, central government is levying Udan surcharge, right. So, this is now reduced to rupees 5,000 from rupees 7,500 to rupees 8,500. Indian scientists unveil homegrown gold standard. Previously, the gold standard used to be imported from countries like Canada, Switzerland, and now India developed its own gold standard, and the name of the gold standard is Bharatiya Nirdeshak Dravya, Bharatiya Nirdeshak Dravya, and this is 99.99% purity of gold, or you can say the impurities are only 100 parts per million, and here the organizations associated with it are India Government Mint, please don't forget India Government Mint, and at the same time Baba Atomic Research Center and CSIR's National Physical Laboratory. And here you should not forget that the bars will be made by India Government Mint or IGM. But what is the role of BARC? Here the role of BARC is technical aspects will be looked after by BARC. And what is the role of National Physical Laboratory? National Physical Laboratory is the certifying authority for the bars. So, these things don't forget. So, finally, we manufactured our own standard bar, that is Bharatiya Nirdeshak Dravya or BND 4201. Next one is Xi evokes Panchsheel as India skips meat. India straight away stated that there are sovereignty issues involved. As Indian sovereignty issues are involved, we are not in a position to attend your Belt and Road Initiative, and several countries sent their representatives. And if you look at the next news item, India largely safe from cyber attack, and we are going to deliberate separately on this cyber attack. Most affected is the health service of United Kingdom. And the news item, one step forward, Colombia is confronted with a new challenge even as integration of FARC rebels gain pace. Here you see Colombia, this is the country towards the northern part of South America, and it was affected for the past 50 years because of FARC rebels, and FARC rebels and the government came to an agreement, and for that purpose the President of Colombia got Nobel Peace Prize. And now there are some problems associated with implementation. Please go through the article. And next one is India's longest bridge is going to be inaugurated in Assam. This is close to the border with China. This is 9.15 km between Dhola and Sadia, right? It is in Assam near Arunachal Pradesh border. This bridge is on Lohit River and connects Assam with Arunachal Pradesh. Next one is defying warnings. North Korea fires yet another missile, right? Continuously testing of the missiles and then firing of the missiles, testing of nuclear weapons, all these continuing unhindered. And now only China can silence North Korea, but it is not doing deliberately. And with this, let us conclude Good Morning New India, and please do join for other modules. Have a nice day. Thank you.